Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Code Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation is the fourth Ashtapadi from Siri Rag, Mahalla Pehla. Machuli Jal, Jania, a-sabad-a-day, asagaho, ati siani sohani, kyun kito vesaho, kite karan pakadi, kaal na tale siraho, ਭਾਈ ਰੇ ਇਉਂ ਸਿਰ ਜਾਣੋ ਕਾਲ ਜਿਉ ਮੱਛੀ ਤਿਉ ਮਾਨਸਾ ਭਵੇ ਅਚਿੰਤਾ ਜਾਲ ਰਹਾਓ ਸਭ ਜਗ ਬਾਦੋ ਕਾਲ ਕੋ ਬਿਨ ਗੁਰ ਕਾਲ ਅਫਾਰ ਸਚ ਰਤੇ ਸੇ ਉਬਰੇ ਦੁਬਿਧਾ ਛੋੜ ਵਿਕਾਰ ਹਾਉ ਤਿਨ ਕੈ ਬਲਿਹਾਰਣੈ ਦਰ ਸੱਚੇ ਸਚਿਆਰ ਸਿਚਾਨੋ ਜੋ ਪੰਖੀਆ ਜਾਲੀ ਬੱਧਕ ਹਾਥ ਗੁਰ ਰਾਖੇ ਸੇ ਉਬਰੇ ਹੋਰ ਫਾਥੇ ਚੋਗੇ ਸਾਥ ਬਿਨ ਨਾਵੇਂ ਚੁਣ ਸੁੱਟੀਐ ਕੋਏ ਨ ਸੰਗੀ ਸਾਥ ਸੱਚੋ ਸੱਚਾ ਆਖੀਐ ਸੱਚੇ ਸੱਚਾ ਥਾਨ ਜਿਨੀ ਸੱਚਾ ਮੰਨਿਆ ਤਿਨ ਮਨ ਸੱਚ ਧਿਆਨ ਮਨ ਸੁਖ ਸੂਚੇ ਜਾਣੀਐ ਮਨ ਮੁਖ ਸੂਚੇ ਜਾਣੀਐ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਜਿਨਾ ਗਿਆਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਅੱਗੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰ ਸਾਜਨ ਦੇ ਮਿਲਾਏ ਸਾਜਨ ਮਿਲੀਏ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਇਆ ਜਮਦੂਤ ਬੂਏ ਬਿਖ ਖਾਏ ਨਾਵੇਂ ਅੰਦਰ ਹਉ ਵਸਾਂ ਨਾਉ ਵਸੈ ਮਨ ਆਏ ਬਾਜ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੁਬਾਰ ਹੈ ਬਿਨ ਸਬਦੇ ਬੂਝ ਨ ਪਾਏ ਗੁਰਮਤੀ ਪਰਗਾਸ ਹੋਏ ਸੱਚ ਰਹੇ ਲਿਵ ਲਾਏ ਤਿੱਥੇ ਕਾਲ ਨ ਸੰਚਰੈ ਜੋਤੀ ਜੋਤ ਸਮਾਏ ਤੂੰ ਹੈ ਸਾਜਣ ਤੂੰ ਸੁਜਾਨ ਤੂੰ ਆਪੇ ਮੇਲਣ ਹਾਰ ਗੁਰ ਸਬਦੀ ਸਾਲਾਹੀਐ ਅੰਤ ਨ ਪਾਰਾਵਾਰ ਤਿੱਥੇ ਕਾਲ ਨ ਆਪੜੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਗੁਰ ਕਾ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਅਪਾਰ ਹੁਕਮੀ ਸਭੇ ਉਪਜ ਹੈ ਹੁਕਮੀ ਕਾਰ ਕਮਾਹੇ ਹੁਕਮੀ ਕਾਲੇ ਵਸ ਹੈ ਹੁਕਮੀ ਸਾਚ ਸਮਾਹੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਜੋ ਤਿਸ ਭਾਵੈ ਸੋ ਥੀਐ ਇਨਾ ਜਨਤਾ ਵਸ ਕਿਛ ਨਾਹੇ. We will see in Gurbani that the concepts of time, of space and causation repeatedly occur and in combination. And all of this provides us a hint on how we are to shape our response to them. So there is an equivalence between death and time. The same term, kal, captures both. And life, in the context of this time, is defined as a single breath or the present moment. This passage begins by drawing some parallels and gives us examples like raptors preying on birds, sichane jio pankhiya, hunters stalking their victim, jali badkahat, and fish taking the bait of the fishermen, Machuli Jal, Jania. Likewise, humans are trapped unawares by death. Jo mashi tyo mansa, pave achinta jal. This is the human condition that binds everyone. Sab jag baddo kaal ko. The fish, for example, is driven by temptation of food. In other words, it loses its awareness or alertness to the fact that there is a net and is drawn in only to be caught and eventually killed. Kite karan pakadi. Kite karan pakadi. Kalana tale asrai. So, it is how we act, whether with awareness or lack of it, that really has consequences for us. So the warning to us is, one, to be aware of death at all times, to be alert in what we are doing, because death, the Guru tells us, hovers over us. It's imminent. But like fish, the individual mind is trapped unawares. Paire io sirjane kal jo mashi tyo manasa pave achinta jal. This lack of awareness traps you in a rat race where you lose sight of the fact that death is hovering around you all the time. And without Guru wisdom, we get caught unawares. It snares us inevitably. So Guru wisdom is the key, because death cannot approach the luminous light of the enlightener's wisdom. Jithe kal na apade, jithe gur ka sabad apar. Translated, those intuitively aware, in other words, those who have been enlightened by the Gur, are saved. In other words, what does saving mean? It means that they see the trap. They cultivate a sense of proportion. And again, the Guru assures us, Guru rakhe se ubare, hor pathe chogi saath. So Guru wisdom has to be the light that guides us through life, to be saved from death. Now, ubare means saved. So we have to understand, what does saved from death imply? Does that mean that we are going to live forever? Physically, that is? No, that is not what it implies. It means that with Guru wisdom, with light of knowledge, we begin to recognize death for what it really is, a transition. It is simply a transition that happens with recurring regularity. So therefore, the real thing to do is to plead with the Satgur for the gift of self-knowledge, so that we can recognize our true nature, which is the self within, which never dies, is eternal. Satgur agge ardas kar, sajan de milaye. And then what happens? Sajan milaya, sukha paya, jamdoot moe bikha khaye. Jamdoot moe. The intimations of death leave you, because you have seen yourself in your true eternal form. You understand the coming and going of the physical body. And that is what wisdom is all about. Now, you also understand as a result the response to hukum, because life and death, you begin to understand, are inextricable parts of the order that we call hukum. Through hukum, the Guru tells us, emerges creation. Through hukum is all activity made possible. Hukumi sabbe upaje, hukumi kar kamaye. And through hukum, we are subjected to life and death. And through hukum itself do we get this profound insight. Hukume kalle vasaha, hukumi sach samaya. So there are some takeaways that we can get from this Shabad. One is to accept death as a natural phenomenon and not to be terrified of it. Our existence is a brief and fleeting one, and constantly in a flux. Gurbani frequently reminds us that life is a sojourn on earth. The earth is a way station, a dharamstal, a place of learning. You are not here permanently, physically. Gurbani also speaks of life being an opportunity that is pregnant with potential. This is the time, this is your turn. Ye teri bariya, hi teri var. And cautions us not to miss out, because it would prove costly. Manas janam dulamba hai, hoye na baron bar. Therefore, learn to live in the moment. Lament not the past, fantasize not about the future. Engage fully with your senses and your environment, and resolve your own affairs with your own honest efforts. So the implication here is that we are of the spirit. We are not the physical body. We are timeless, but we are embodied in a body. We incarnate in a physical world. We have an inextricable bond to the natural world. And so therefore, there is a nobility of purpose to our being here, which is to plunge into this world on behalf of Ikku the Timeless One, and to move its hukam, or its will, forward. In other words, we are full participants in an emerging and evolving cosmic drama. With those thoughts, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.